many of you were here in July when Dr. Reardon came to town? That is awesome. Thank you. The reason I asked Mr. Howard about retiring after aloe vera is many men, many businessmen retire after one success. But even after introducing the world to Ace Mannon, he introduced the world to microhydrin. And in late 2010, he brought an idea to the company that would change our future. And you had an opportunity to see and hear from Dr. Reardon about SK Plus earlier this year. My question, Mr. Howard, where do you see RBC going with this new breakthrough product, SK Plus?
I think there's absolutely no limit to the size that RBC could become if we all let the world know about this major breakthrough in nutritional science. This slide, for example, shows the difference between the number of stem cells of children and the number of stem cells that we have later in life. A newborn will have one stem cell in every 10,000 cells. And it goes down from that as we get older every year. And we see that in our children when they fall and break a bone or skin a knee, how fast they heal. So Dr. Reardon, I was fortunate enough to meet, as Kevin mentioned. He did research on cancer for years, and then he became interested in stem cells because this is perhaps the greatest breakthrough in medicine in the last 100 years. It's being tried on 100 different diseases. This particular slide is simply an illustration of the papers and the breadth of conditions that it's being used for, which in this case is for spinal cord injury. Stem cells are being attempted on all of the diseases that you see there throughout the entire body. Listed here are some of the medical firsts that have occurred already in Dr. Reardon's clinic in Panama. For those of you who have not heard about the stem cells, let me take a minute to tell you about them. Stem cells are made primarily in your bone marrow. They're simple cells that have never been differentiated into liver, heart, brain, bone, or any other tissue in the body. When you have an injury or a disease, the tissue sends out enzymes to the entire circulation, and when it gets into the bone marrow produces more stem cells. Then the stem cells migrate to that injured tissue. The stem cells are healthy new cells, and they infiltrate the old diseased tissue. They replace the dead cells and injured cells with healthy new cells. So you have different systems that keep you healthy. You have the digestive system, the nervous system, the immune system, and now you have a rejuvenation system. Dr. Reardon wanted to prepare patients that were coming to Panama to any way that he could increase their stem cells before they arrived, and then to maintain it their high level after they had the procedure. Dr. Reardon experimented with different nutrients and found a formula that would actually increase the number of stem cells. It was over a 2-week period. It was very significant, up to 100% increase. The early work in stem cells usually involved embryonic stem cells. Embryonic cells were very controversial, and there was a lot of opposition to conducting research in embryonic cells. But Dr. Reardon deals only with adult stem cells, no, not embryonic at all. Because when you take SK+, you are increasing your own stem cells, not stem cells from anybody else. the proof of the fact that this makes good sense was this very month, the Nobel Prize in medicine was awarded to 2 scientists who took adult stem cells and reprogrammed them. In other words, those stem cells now can be reprogrammed to be the same as embryonic cells, which means that we don't need to use embryonic cells at all. And in conclusion, I would like to say that of all the discoveries that have occurred in this last 100 years from penicillin on, there is no discovery greater than the discovery of the function of stem cells and the ability to increase them, because it's not treating like most discoveries, 1 or 2 diseases. It's treating, it has the potential to treat hundreds of different diseases.
Well, Mr. Howard, that was worth the trip to Taiwan to hear that. It's always impressive to hear your passion and your heart, and to be a part of your vision for the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
It's that RBC life.